Hello gardener, welcome to my channel. I'm harvesting a ton of black beans today and I thought it would be the perfect opportunity to show you how to grow this very unique, kind of rare, extremely vigorous and productive black bean variety called Puerto Rican black beans. I'll walk you through the entire process from seed to harvest so you can grow this amazing and by far my favorite drying or storage bean right in your own backyard garden. If you're new here, my name is Jara. I've been gardening all of my life and I'm a professional seed and plant nursery. I love to share my knowledge and teach others how to garden and grow food. So you've come to the right place if you want to improve your gardening skills. First, what are Puerto Rican black beans and why are they different from regular black beans? The most common dried or canned black beans that you find at the grocery store are actually black turtle beans, which are in the same family as regular green beans with this botanical name. Puerto Rican black beans are part of the cowpea family with this botanical name, which is the same family where you would find southern peas and yard-long beans. What makes Puerto Rican black beans so special is that they are native to hot and tropical climates. Therefore, they tolerate some very extreme conditions and don't seem to be susceptible to a lot of the diseases and pests that are just rampant in southern gardens. Not a lot of people know about this variety of black bean, so finding seeds can be difficult. I sell out very quickly. I am a small seed grower and nursery and it's hard for me to keep up with the demand sometimes. I'm trying my best to expand my growing space so I can grow more seeds. Puerto Rican black beans are a vining plant, so it needs something to grow up on. I have it growing on a trellis made with some T-posts and electrical conduit pipe. The pods are long with up to 15 beans each, and unlike other varieties, the drying pods resist mold even when exposed to the rain. The pods themselves are not edible as they are pretty fibrous. You would grow this for the high production of good quality seeds for dried beans or storage beans. Let's talk about when to sow seeds for Puerto Rican black beans. One very important thing to note about Puerto Rican black beans is that they are day length sensitive. So flowering and pod production begin in the fall when daylight hours start to decrease regardless of when you actually plant it. I like to direct sow seeds in June so the vines are very big by the time daylight hours start to decrease. The bigger the vines by this point, the more production. My plants began flowering in August and they really ramp up in September and October as the daylight hours continue to decrease. So if you're in a cold climate where you start to get cold fronts in September or October, this is not a good variety for you to grow since that is when it starts producing. This is a fantastic black bean variety for hot climates, zones 8 and up with mild winters. It is very easy to sow the seeds. Just dig a shallow trench right under your trellis system and sprinkle in the seeds pretty densely. Keep the soil moist and they should germinate in about 5 to 10 days. Before you sow seeds though, you need to pick a good spot in your garden. Puerto Rican black beans are a sun-loving plant. Make sure they receive at least 6 to 8 hours of full sunlight daily. This helps them grow strong, healthy vines and produce the best yields. If you're growing them in partial shade, expect slower growth and fewer beans. They are not very picky when it comes to soil, just like many members of the cowpea family. Of course, anything growing in soil rich in composted matter will do great, but these beans grow well in poor soils like my Florida native sandy soil just fine too. Puerto Rican black beans are nitrogen fixing plants, meaning they can pull nitrogen from the air and store it into the soil, helping to improve soil health over time. Because of this, they don't need a lot of additional nitrogen. However, a balanced organic fertilizer or compost added at planting time will give them a good start. After that, don't fertilize anymore. If you fertilize, it will encourage lots of leafy green growth instead of flowers and pods. At the beginning, when seedlings are small, keep the soil consistently moist. But once established, they handle quite a bit of drought or dry conditions. It's a very tough plant. They don't like being waterlogged though, so make sure the soil drains well before you water again. In just a few months, you will notice these light purple colored flowers forming at the tips of the vines. Usually 2 bean pods form at each tip, and then just a couple of weeks later, the pods are ready for harvest. Pods start out light green and eventually dry out and turn brown. This is the stage where you want to harvest the bean pods. I check the plants and harvest dried pods every other day over the course of many weeks. Just pinch off the dried pods. Don't tug or pull on them because that will damage the vine tip, which will continue growing, then produces another set of flowers and pods. So if you damage that tip, there goes future production. Once I have a lot of pods, I start the process of cleaning them. All right, so now I'm going to show you guys how I quickly clean a bunch of dried beans and basically shell them out of their pods. So every few days, I will continue to harvest absolutely dried out pods. They have to be as dry as possible or they're not going to break easily when you try to clean them. And I'll just continue to put them away or stack them up in a bowl or harvest basket, something like that, until I get a big enough quantity to process all at once. Then when I have enough gathered, I will process them. I like to pour them into some big type of container and basically crush up the dried pods to release the seeds inside. If I have a big batch, I will pour them all in a really big plastic storage tote and then I'll stomp on them with my feet, kind of similar like when you stomp on grapes grapes to release the juices to make wine. But since I have a smaller batch today, I just put them all in this bowl and then I crushed them up with my hands. I just continued to crush them all up until I saw that the majority of the beans have been released, and you can see them sitting at the bottom of the bowl. And then I'll use a series of different kinds of mesh strainers. I found this whole pack of different size mesh strainers from Amazon, so I use this a lot when I'm cleaning seeds. I'm going to choose a screen that has holes big enough to let the bean seeds fall through, but small enough to catch a lot of these larger particles. So that's the first step. So just put that over a bowl and then run this through. And today's a very windy day, so that helps when you're trying to clean the chaff or chaff, however you say that word, off from your seeds. So I'm going to utilize that to my advantage. We are actually expecting a hurricane tomorrow, so that's why it's so windy. If you don't use pods that are like 100% dried out, they don't break open very easily. So this one I'll have to manually clean. But just grind them, grate them around. That helps to release the beans. Then you should be left with something like this. Then I'm gonna choose a mesh that has smaller holes that will catch the beans but let some of the finer dust and particles fall through. And just pour your beans through that. So basically we start by getting rid of the bigger particles and then we get rid of the smaller particles. And you can either use the wind, a fan, or you can blow some of that chaff off. And then in just a few minutes, you'll have clean beans that you can store away. If you have a faster way of doing this that doesn't involve getting like a professional seed cleaning machine, please comment below and share. And there you have it, delicious dried black beans ready to be stored away, or you can cook with them right away, just as you would any other type of dried bean. If you enjoyed this video, a big thumbs up would help my channel out more than you know, and don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss any of my gardening tutorials. I recommend you watch this video next, all about how to grow green beans from seed to harvest. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.